Maya.
This your boy Shane.
And this is Tap and Nap. Welcome back. Welcome back. And today we have Roger Casilla, right?
Casilla.
Casilla.
Yes, yes.
Got to put a little flavor on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Los sazon.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So tell us about you.
Roger Casilla, Dominican American, first generation born here from my family.
Ooh, Dominican.
Yeah, so first language is Spanish,
Mhm.
and then I learned English through school. My parents knew that was very important to maintain the language, the culture, and just was pretty much raised here in Indianapolis.
What side?
East side and west side for like high school.
Okay.
Yeah, which
He got out the trenches just in time.
We're just
just in
out
time. Yeah, it was one of those things. Like my mom really wanted her home, and we was always renting, and so she's like, "This is the opportunity." They've been working so hard, so Avon happens to be the location they went to, and then that's how I met Shane too through high school.
That's what's
So
up. That's what's up. Oh, they too cute.
hey, strong
Yeah.
bond, strong
Hell yeah.
bond.
Yes. So on this show, we talk about like our different hustles and things, and just the movers and shakers of Naptown. Tell us a little bit about your 9 to 5 and your hustle, so we can see, just a little bit more about you and your life.
Yeah, no, great question. Background education. I went to school for finance with a minor in economics. Straight off the back, I wanted to like get into investment, money, wealth. Just mainly for that was because of my family. I wanted to like kind of change the direction for my family, and especially me being the first generation here. It's just like my parents paid the weight already to like take the risk to come here. It's like what are we gonna do to kind of pave the way for the next generation and bring our family up?
Right.
And so straight off the back, I was from school. I was entering um, for an investment firm. It was the only black owned here too. It's called 360 Synergy.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if it's still around, but I got connected with him, my mentor. He was the owner at the time as well. Through working out, working out is just a big aspect of my life as well too, which brings a lot of other things like what I like to do, expressing myself through movement, through words. Perspective Words was an account that me and my friend Marquise held, and we would just write every day for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Also, designing is one of the biggest things for me as well. Like branding and being able to kind of create my clothing line and kind of express myself in that way. And so, like, fitness is another way for me to express myself. And that's how kind of like Canal Squad also got started as well too, which is a lot of things that I do around the city as well too. But the Canal Squad is definitely one of the one that's stood out and has definitely caught a lot of people's attention. And that's through fitness. And I don't like to just keep it as fitness because I think we're a group bigger than that. We're really a community.
So much more.
So yeah, so much more. And so like I honestly like we like to have a good time too. It's just fitness is just one aspect of what we do.
Right.
I think movement creates movement, and so when I say that, movement creates like not only physically but mentally, energy and stuff like that, spiritually as well too.
Definitely.
So I think it's just a way to empower the community, and also take care of your health, which I think is very important when it comes to our lifespan, and also the information we get by society as well. We got to take care of ourselves. I think that's one of the number one thing, and stop relying on of course, always seek professional help, but then be curious enough. It's like, well, I'm not just like everybody else, or I look different from everybody else, and there's a reason for that. And
Right.
that's our curiosity of finding out and understanding more of ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually. And that's some of the things that we do at Canal Squad. And we empower people to be more curious about their surrounding, their community, what they can do. And that's how I kind of got that's how I kind of co-founded Canal Squad, because I was curious. And I was I wanted to create a community that wasn't here as well too.
Right.
And at the beginning, that's not what I thought I seen. I was just going with my passion.
Right.
It's just like creating perspective words or designing clothing or stuff like that. So I was just like, just lead with your passion, because that will keep you consistent.
Right.
When you get out of that, you seek from the outside instead of the internal. You easily give up on things. And so the big aspect and component of Canal Squad has been the consistency. And with consistency only comes passion.
I was fill us in a little bit more about what Canal Squad is, just for people who don't know.
Yeah, Canal Squad, it just this past year, nonprofit organization. That's the route we wanted to go instead of the business. We always thought in movement or health or physical fitness or any of those things should be free for the community because it's probably one of the number one things that is very important in our community is health.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And it's sad that like in our communities that's not the number one thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's other things that are number one that shouldn't be number one. But really, like you were saying, I like when you said it's a whole like 360 experience. It's your mind, your mental, your all that. So,
Facts.
yeah.
And yeah, like you mentioned, like health is more than just your physical health.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then it's funny, like depending, like people's like, oh, you skinny, so you're healthy. No, that's not true in all cases.
Hell no.
Not
That's
true
one
at
of my
all
biggest
cases.
fears, man, is like looking good on the outside and then being like, yeah, I'm good, and then my insides are just rotten.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and almost people look at fitness as you're supposed to look a type of way, and I think that's a misconception we always get Canal Squad too. Is like, oh, you guys all look fitness and stuff like that. I'm like, no, if you actually come, we all look different, and that's how we approach it because we're all on a different path in our life, and for you to be like, oh, you look fitness, it's because you're comparing yourself,
Right.
and when you stop comparing yourself, you start seeing the magic or your gift in you. And so I think that's also in another way of you finding who you are along this journey thing we call life.
Almost definitely.
And so Canal Squad really preaches about that and really preaches like, and we only meet Tuesdays, but we're I feel like we're family, honestly, because we party together. We have food tours together. We do so much things outside of Tuesday. Tuesday is just one day that we get to come together. But then we empower people like, what else are you gonna do the other 6 days of the week? You know what I mean? How else you gonna approach life? Like, you know what I mean? So it's empowering to get them to try something different and to understand who they are as well too in the surrounding, but also get to know each other and you get to use each other's resources, and which is very important because the only way is together. Only way is together.
we rise together.
As Shane be preaching all the time. Y'all, make sure y'all pay attention. That's one thing. I know he be yelling at times, but listen.
Yes.
Listen to the words. You know what I mean? And so, that's why having people like that around you, they tell you the truth and tell you, you know what I mean? If I know, you know what I mean, any, what they call it, like sugarcoating.
You're right. You don't need yes men.
Yeah.
You do not need yes men.
You don't. And we already have so much. We have so much on social media, like, you know what I mean? People faking it already. And so, like, you never know, like, what's real, what's not. So you show up in Canal Squad, you always see the genuines. Like what's genuine, because genuine will always last. It's consistent. But if you fake, it's only so long. It start leaking. You slowly people start noticing. And so with Canal Squad, I think it took a little bit for people to really catch up or take a notice for what it is.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean, we have nowadays our attention span is very short. And so like, is this group gonna last? Is this, you know what I mean? Is this organization gonna last? And you know what I mean? Like I mentioned, if you lead with passion, it will last forever. You know what I mean? We in the beginning when we first did it, this is our fourth summer.
Yeah.
When first time we put it out to the world, 2 people came. You know what I mean? With anybody was like, oh, 2 people, this is fail. We was like, we work out every day, right? All right, I'm gonna show up because I work out every day. So if it's 1 or 2 or 3 people, we're still gonna put this workout in. And so people start catching on to that, and you know, also we had help. I can't never say we did it by ourselves. You know what I mean? I co-founded it with Kat Princess. I met her through her sister, and so she was just one thing. She's like, it was at a party. If you don't think like Canal Squad, like we're known for parties too. We like to have a good time because we're so diverse and so complex as human beings.
Right.
And for you to just see fitness only is to be naive for who you are, or to not appreciate a person for their whole self.
Yeah.
You know, and so I met her through it was a party we had, and she's like, "What do you guys do?" She just got back from college. What do you guys do here for fitness? I'm like, during college, I was working out at the canal, and I would do pull-ups under the bridge, and I run around. And I always said, like, I wish, you know what I mean, one day I wish we could get a group and, you know what I mean, we could work out here in the canal because it's so beautiful. And it feels so good as well, too, and empowered. And so, you know what I mean, sometimes like 3 years later, you know, sometimes you don't got the right components or tools or it's not ready to come out of the oven yet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you just put it out in the air, and sometimes, that's the thing, that you have to keep it 50-50. You put your 100, and the universe put its other 100.
It always aligns.
Always
It
aligns.
aligns.
Always aligns. And I think we got to get away from the aspect of also controlling everything. Because, or are you going to be disappointed?
Every time.
I would have been disappointed 3 years ago before Canal Squad was even created.
It's crazy, man, that we actually spoke about that a lot on this show, to this point, and how there's like a 6-month timeline to, if you're not seeing the results, or if things aren't going the way you think it should go, then back to we spoke about comparisons as well. Is if you're comparing somebody's 4 years to your
one
6,
day, or...
yeah, you know what I'm saying, your short time,
Yeah.
you're gonna be upset.
Every time. Can you tell me about a project that was like your special project and you're like 100% proud of it, and then tell me like a project that was just like, damn, I really messed this one up?
One project I was super excited in, which I thought I was going. I mean, it's still, I still write. Perspective Words was one of those ones that kind of started consistency, because we was writing. So me and Marquise, I met him through college, and I just started writing on Snapchat because it only lasts 24 hours, and so I was like, people won't judge me. It's just 24 hours anyway. So I didn't post it, and he caught it. He's like, yo, the way you think is very unorthodox, and so I just started posting every day. And honestly, the writing was more for me. It's me telling myself self-notes and self-affirmations that I really took into consideration, and I actually played it out. And then, I started sharing it because I was like, if it helps me, how many, like, I'm sure it can help someone else. If it's one or two. And we got connected one day, and we was like, yo, let's create an account and just write every day. We already do this every day. We constantly doing it, because he was doing it too, but he was doing it on Twitter. And so Perspective Words lasted 3 years. But at first I was like, damn, bro, like we're not being consistent as much. But that's because we got to realize, like, a lot of things happen in our life. Canal Squad started getting into the picture, and that asked for more of my time. So now it's not like being disappointed or a failure. It's just like, some things has its time, and then some things will continue or evolve to be something else. And so I incorporate Perspective Words in the talk, in the motivation, and self-affirmation at Canal Squad. And so I feel like all that was preparing me. Rather than seeing it as a failure, I think it's just allowing me to build confidence in myself and understand what I'm able to do, the capabilities, and then being able to introduce it to other things that we're doing and that I'm doing it in life too, because I incorporate Perspective Words or motivational or self-affirmation in the designing and clothing that I do as well. Like one of my the hoodies, one of my main hoodies is Let the Vibe Speak.
Yeah.
And that means it's just like when you walk into a room, sometimes there's an energy. There's the energy that you feel, and it speaks way before you do.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
And so that was something that sometimes words get in the way, and sometimes you just gotta let the energy rock with it. Because there'll be some things that's like, yo, there's something about this person. I don't know. It's off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Trust it. You know what I mean? But then again, you got to understand who you are. You can't just be like, yeah, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I'm like, it took me some really I had to take time to myself, like in a room, like just with my thoughts, honestly.
That's
and
what people can't do.
People can't, that's true. People can't be by themselves like even 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I say that took two years, me sitting with myself before all this started coming. Because I was in a point, I'm like, what am I doing here? And like, you know what I mean? You start asking these questions. They're questions. And you answer them yourself.
Right.
And you start testing and start doing things just like, oh, that don't work. Oh, this works. And so I think when you mentioned like the project that, I was so hyped, it was Perspective Words. And then it didn't go as far as I thought or we planned as, but it was because it evolved to be something else.
Yes.
Fail, I don't think that, as long as, and Marquise said that, as long as we're living, we can the ultimate loss is not being here.
Yeah.
And I think that's the ultimate fail as well too, is not being in this earth. Because each day we got opportunity, we get to change.
We get to change.
Yeah.
And all you people in heaven, fail.
Failure. All failed. All failed. Dead.
No, I definitely feel that though. You know, the waste of time, you know, in on this earth, and you know, that's everything. You know, the social media, man. I don't know how many times we've brought that up. You know, it'll kill you because you don't have to be by yourself. You look at other people's success
And you
as what.
don't get to see that grunge work. That's what I hate the
Yes.
most about social media. This is the hill I will stand on. I hate the fact that the people aren't as willing to show their like gruesome parts when it comes to their success.
Right.
Like, hey, this is what I had to go through. This is my bad part. You know what I mean? And it's just like being a small business owner, you have to, well, you don't have to, but you should, if you want to inspire people, like, hey, this was my, successful moment, but also this is my rock bottom. And it is what it is, but look at where I'm at now. And that's what I think a lot of people miss out on when your life is just that tunnel vision, that Instagram or anything like that. You're like, you just get to see that one thing.
And the only the good parts.
Yeah.
Facts. And then, like, a lot of people get discouraged as well too, is like the current job they have.
Mhm.
Like when I was like through college, I was working too because I got a scholarship for only half of school, and then the other half I had to pay for it. And so I had so many jobs. Like I worked in pretty much every position you can talk about in the kitchen. And but what that did is taught me how to cook, how to handle money, how to talk to people. And those are the things that you have to understand. Like stop looking at the negative stuff and start looking more at the positive stuff. It's like, okay, I'm here. And I always knew I'm only here momentarily. This is yeah.
And that's what people miss out on. They, oh, I don't want to do that. That's not me.
Yeah.
You got to start from the bottom to get
Got
to the
to.
top.
Got to.
Yeah.
100%. These are tools and resources that's going to land you and put you in a position where you at. Like, I'm grateful to be in the position that I am. And that's because it was all the little small things that happened before. And so now I can cook. You know what I mean? I can do all these things.
Oh, you can cook? Are you sure? Or is it,
Oh, no, he was throwing down.
Ramen don't count, okay?
Hey, set 3 catering coming soon.
Facts.
Hey.
Facts.
I'm here for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I incorporate the culture in there too. I think with everything I do, I think it's very not only visible, but it's obvious. You know what I mean? I don't speak. Like I feel like I don't. You know what I mean? It's something like I don't speak properly, or you can tell that
properly.
I
always have to put that air quote
just because
in
you
there.
don't understand me.
Yes.
Like ask the questions. Like, can you repeat that? What did you mean by that? And some people are like, well, this dude can't talk. It's like, and that's what my biggest fear also can ask for. I was like, I never saw myself to speaking or even talking to a group of individuals or even them listening. I never saw. I was always like low key, like the ones that I wouldn't talk in front of big crowds. And I never thought I would be in the position I am now doing. And it's crazy because it was like, I look back, I'm like, dude, what the, I'm like, now, can you cuss here?
Absolutely.
I'm like,
Fuck.
I'm like, what the fuck? I never see myself here.
Right.
Like, what the fuck what am I doing? Like, you get to the point you don't even know who you are anymore. But that's because we think we know who we are. We attach to something, and it's like, of course, attached to principles, values, morals. That's 100%, always.
Of course.
But people, I feel like people nowadays switch it. It's like they want to be all these different things, but they don't have no principles, no foundation to be all these things. I'm able to let go of who I am yesterday because I know the foundation where I come from and the principles I have. So each day I'm open to try new things and learn new things. Absolutely. Or, you know what I mean? And be able to embrace my complexity.
And you're open to growth.
That's
a lot of people are not open to growth, and that is the scary part. Like, you say you want to do all these things, but you're not open to growth, and that's not okay. So how do you think you're going to go and do and be a different thing or an influencer or anything like that if you cannot grow?
Thanks.
I like to say, especially to the kids I work with, to the adults I work with, you have to be a lifelong learner. Learning doesn't stop that 12th year. It does not stop that 12th year. It doesn't stop that that year you graduate from college, you have to be a lifelong learner to succeed in this life,
100%.
whatever your success
It
is.
don't stop when you get that first job.
That's first job,
It
that
don't
last
stop. You
job.
feel that last job. It don't
Yes.
matter because there's always somebody out there gunning for you
Yes.
who is gonna
100%.
learn the new tricks of the trade.
Mhm.
Always.
know?
And then to growing yourself, like you're not the same person you are at 26 that you were at 6 or 16 or anything like that. If you haven't grown, what are you doing? You might as well just die. Just die.
We don't promote that. We don't promote that.
Okay, yeah. Not like
This
that.
not your show. No, I'm just kidding.
Not like
Don't
that.
die though.
Yeah,
Stay safe
stay-
out there.
stay
It's,
safe,
it's a
actually.
wild world we
Get-
getting
get
into.
some help.
Just stay out of the
Yes.
way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just stay out of the way.
But yeah, I was curious. Are you feel comfortable now that you in that space when it comes to speaking, or do you still kind of feel like you're working through either nerves or the thought that maybe you're not saying the right things at the right times or anything like that?
I feel comfortable because I kind of established the, and I think that was one of the big things that Canals was nobody's perfect, and I established that, and so people would see me mess up, and so at first I'm like, oh snap, and that in a sense is I still like created that I gotta do better. I still like, oh, that's just me. I didn't do that. I'm like, okay, come prepare next time, or you know what I mean. But I established that, you know what I mean, it's okay to mess up. And you'll see me messed up, and I think that created the confidence in me because I always feel like you gotta fill your cup first before you
Right.
can give to anyone else. And so
Ooh, say that one more time.
you have to fill your cup in first before you can share that with others.
That's a gem right there, and that's what a lot of people need to hear also.
Seriously, because I wouldn't say like I'd be in the position I am. Like I wouldn't feel confidence if I didn't fill that cup first and be like, it's okay to mess up. It's okay to do that. You know what I'm saying? But then it'd be like, how am I gonna work on it to get better? And so to answer your question, Shane, like I built that confidence because we're all gonna mess up in life, and it's gonna be okay. And it's how you come the next time, which is gonna be very important. And that's where I used to like that process to grow as well too. So hopefully I answered the question.
Yeah, no, for sure.
How do you feel that your influence has helped your community?
Man, Shane be telling me like, dude, you be. I'm like, I don't feel like, cause I'm like, bro, I don't really feel like. Yes, you do, bro.
Most
like
powerful group in NAP. I don't care what nobody say.
I like the approach that I take just because it keeps me humble, and it keeps the ego quiet. Although you know me, I can say I don't got no ego, but ego is a fighting thing you continue to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I mean, it's a practice just like anything you do in life. Is it consistency? Just like that, ego, you got to continue to fight it as well. I think what we're doing in the community is powerful because we have so many diverse people, which is very like powerful in the long run because
It's important too.
yeah, because when you have a diverse group, you create the best product and the best service, and you reach so many more people.
Most definitely. That is a good point. You can't just have like one group, and I feel like that's what people, or not even just one group, like one mindset. Because that's the thing. A lot of people want to hang around people that have the same mindset, and you're stagnant. And you cannot be stagnant if you're trying to do big things or you're trying to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that point. That's a good
and
point.
just to add on to it is it's like we always preach as well too that come as you are, and I think people get comfortable with that because there's not many places that you can go in and you can like, you know what I mean, oh I can be goofy or I can do this and I can do that. Not many places like that, and so being able to kind of have that and have that. I don't even like to say free space because you should be able to be who you are anywhere you go. And it's sad that society has built that you know what I mean, if we're in a course accordingly to where you at, you know what I mean, at accordingly. But you still show that little side of yours, you know what I mean,
Right.
that little touch, like you mentioned on your name, the little sazon. Still
Mhm.
add your touch to everything because you know what I mean, that's all we have. Like all we leave here in this world. It's just like our little touches that we made around these
Most
corners of the world and
definitely.
stuff. So
yes. I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with that. Apart from Canal Squad, is there any other projects that you want to tell us about, or that you're about to do, or do you have any other side hustles?
Yeah, currently I work for a nonprofit organization. I started working there about a year and a half. I didn't even know this. Like, it's called ASE. It helps diversify the corporate world. And so, like, I'm getting to see, like, firsthand, like, how to run a nonprofit. First of all, I didn't even know I would be in this position. So again, things happen for a reason. They put you in line. As long as you know me, you put in 100, the universe will put you where you need to be at. And so at first I'm like, yo, it was a 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? But then I was like, oh, Canal Squad's turning into a nonprofit. It's like, I'm taking notes.
Start taking notes, baby.
Taking notes,
Yeah,
how to work programs, how to invoice, how to do all these things, how to work with partners. My title is Partnership Engagement Manager. And so I manage about 40 corporate partnership. So not only that, but I'm building a network that's gonna, you know what I mean, that goes with me, because people follow people. People don't follow just the business and stuff. You know what I mean? Of course, you know, they approach you the business, but at the end of the day, people connect with people.
Right.
And so that's one thing. But when is this airing? Is this airing anytime soon? Because
like September.
September. Okay. So it'll be out by then. So I just got I'm a Lululemon ambassador for Canals. It got via Canal Squad.
That's dope.
Um, and I've also got approached. You know, what I mean, Canal Squad has brought me so much opportunity, and that's what allows me and kind of reaffirms that I'm doing the right thing. And you know what I mean, this is my calling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all have a gift here, and I feel like I discover mine, and I'm using to the best ability. And so I just the beginning of this month just signed to be a Lululemon ambassador, and with that, I'm always pushing Canal Squad.
Yes.
And so that's the first, like, you understand, like, Canal Squad gave me so much, so I got to give back to it, and I want the community. I talked to Shane before too, because we've been having this conversation, you know what I mean, of what the future looks like and what we want. It's like I just can't wait for like Nike or Adidas to pick up on what we're doing with the community of fitness, and Lululemon picked up on it, and that was just a connection that was made through people coming to Canal Squad,
Mm-hmm.
and then they got offered to work on a gym called Day One here, and then they were associated with Lululemon, and again, I've turned down so many other gyms that have offered to me for me to train because it didn't feel right. But this one specifically was just because it felt right, and these individuals came to Canal Squad, where they stand for the community and they stand for the bigger purpose that we're the vision and mission that we have as well too. So they align with it, and so that kind of can be connected with Lululemon, which a lot of people don't know yet. Not even Canal Squad. It's only the internal team does. And so this is definitely something that's in the works, and I can't wait for what's to come out of it.
Where do you see Canal Squad, like the big picture?
Big picture, national, and then eventually international. Being able to, you know, what I mean, reach the community, the Hispanic community, but also all the communities in the world, because this is very important. This, I think, movement, not only the physical, the mental, and spiritual, is key aspect of our life as a human being, and as we evolve.
Right.
As human involvement evolves, this is the key components. And that's like, I always like looking at what's important and like trying to take all the things in between that gets in the way, which is the looks. You know what I mean? What people get on social media for, the success, and then don't see I like taking all that. Like, what's the main part? Like, what's the main things where we have here, and how do we continue to evolve to become better human beings? And so when you talk about it, it's mental health, physical health, because without physical health, you can't do nothing.
Right.
And so how do we educate and provide that resource to communities that don't receive that from society, which is also comes to, working with Krista Moore, which is on the West Side. West Side. So that was the main reason Canal Squad wanted to work with Krista Moore Community Center, was because they need the help. Why would we need to go to Carmel? They're good up there.
Right.
And so that's where we want to be intentional where we're going. So we definitely want to go international. When we say international and national, we're going to, the communities that need us. And that's the ultimate goal for Canal Squad. And the nonprofit, that's another gym. I'm gonna drop it here. Nonprofit is called Through You. Canal Squad is under the nonprofit of Through You. Through You is how it is, I guess, the legal name of the nonprofit. And the reason was that it was just like only through you can all these things occur. And I ultimately tell people every time they come on Tuesday, yo, you could be anywhere Tuesday 6:30, but you guys decide to come here, and it's
When is that? When are those? When?
Tuesday 6:30 p.m.
When?
every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m.
Where?
Okay.
At the Celebration Plaza Park. If you're not there, you're really missing out. I don't know what you be doing at Tuesday 6:30. Honestly.
Celebration Plaza is behind the NCAA building.
Facts.
All right, right between the NCAA building and the new amphitheater.
Okay.
Yes. Come check us out. I could talk about it like people be like, oh, what's the fitness like, or what's the movement like? Just show up.
Just show up.
Because honestly, like I said, energy speaks.
Mhm.
Just the energy will speak for itself, and you'll realize before you even know it, you worked out, sweat it, and have fun, and then learn some dance moves.
Right. I kind of want to go back to this. All comes full circle, and when you talked about filling your cup, how do you fill your cup up after you've given to everybody else? Because you do a lot. It sounds like you do a lot, and you're constantly around different personalities all the time. How do you fill your cup up?
That's a good question. I do that various. Like I like sitting with myself. I like reading, fitness, working out is huge. I feel like that's my sanctuary,
Sanctuary.
not sanitary. Sanitary is something else.
We're here. I got
Sanctuary.
you.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like that's when I get to like get away from the world. I zone out and you know me, I go to the gym, or you know me, I do a workout at home. And sometimes people will be like at the gym, like, yo, I said hi to you and you didn't say nothing. I'm like, yo, I was zoned out. Like, honestly, I'm not even here. And it's being able to spend with family and friends, you know what I mean, that, you know what I mean, they get it, you know what I mean, having conversation with Shane. This is how I fill my cup, is having that energy, being given back as well too, as I give too. So, and creating, I feel like in Canal Squad, we're creating, I get recharged with Canal Squad. You know how many days after my work, 9 to 5, and I have to go to Canal Squad and then bring out so much energy? Canal Squad has been created to be is a solar panel, rechargeable, because they recharge me. Like after Tuesday, I'm like, the fuck? I didn't have no bad day. This shit is nothing. Let's go. Let's hit this week strong, and it's, what else can I do?
Right.
Like what I'm gonna do tomorrow and stuff like that. So that's how Canal Squad is really recharging me, and these are the small things that happens, and I feel like people feel that when they come to. It's like, damn, like, you know, I've heard so many situations. It's like, yo, I just broke up with the so and so, and Canal Squad like helped me through it. I was like, seriously? She's like, it was like just today, and you guys didn't know this, but I'm telling you guys now. This is a year later. It's like, you guys helped me so much, and you got me through so much. I'm like, that's what it is. That's what it's about, to have those stories, and for you to find that space that you can learn, you can share who you are,
right,
and we can collaborate.
See, that's free therapy to me.
right. And that's something our community needs. I'm always pushing that mental health is so important,
yes.
And that's what we need. If we can't afford therapy, there's things like this that we can go to help build us up.
Facts.
And that is important. We have to, like we continue to say, fill our own cups.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, mental health is definitely a big thing in our community. That, you know what I mean, it's brushed under the rug a lot of times, just because
that part.
just because of we're not supposed to show the emotions, or we're not supposed to show these things. Yeah, it's not cool. But all on the other side of society, they have their therapy, you know what I mean? They got all that, and they're good.
And they promote it.
Successful.
Make sure you go to. Do we need to go?
We
need to?
Yeah, they do promote it 100%. They be like, I just talked to my therapist last week, and gave me some good advice about growth and stuff like that. And so I was like, damn, all right, this is how they doing it. This is how like they reach success and how they get themselves right. We need to provide that to our community.
Most definitely. So tell us how we can reach you or find you, your social media.
Give us all the socials.
Yeah, give us all that.
All right, I'm gonna start with my personal one on Instagram is Ro Roger. That, but between Ro Roger is a period, that, and it's THAT, not DAT, not that. You'll find my personal there, and honestly, my I always see my personal account as an art gallery, because I post writing, I post, you know what I mean, my clothing, you know what I mean, I post everything, whatever I'm feeling, I post. It's my art gallery. It's me expressing myself to the world, because at the end of the day, this is all we're gonna leave. Our words, whatever we design, whatever things that's all we leave. So that's how I take it. I'm like, if you don't understand it, you'll get to understand it later. That's my personal one. Then we also have Canal Squad Indie, at Canal Squad Indie. That's on Instagram. We got Roll Manufacture. That's where most of my the clothing and anything that I do, which I'm trying to get a lot better. But well, I'm realizing that has its time too.
Yeah.
What else? I think that's it. That's it. IG is the main platform. I used to do Twitter a lot. It's just like a lot of things happening, but I I I I I use what people like, you know what I mean, really engage with, which IG is what a lot of people engage with now. So it's where I stick.
Plus, you got to the point to where other people are managing the Canal Squad IG, so you know that
Yeah.
Big
level
shit.
up. You know
Big
what I'm
shit.
saying? Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We definitely have an organic team that approached by coming to Canal Squad and wanted to see how can they, you know, fill other people's cups, because they thought that's how they say, like, you guys fill our cup, my cup. I want to be able to fill your cup. So now we got leads too. So before, like for the past 3 summers or 3 years, it was every Tuesday. I didn't miss any. Every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. I was right there. And then this past year, I was able to, you know what I mean, spend time, vacation and stuff like that. And they led the workouts and led the energy. And so creating that is key, and understanding like success is when you put other people in a path to succeed as well too. I think that's what true success is.
Yes.
Is being able to
What
provide
can you
that to
really
other people.
move?
What can you really move? Facts.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe. I'm Maya,
I'm Shane.
and this was Tapping That.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it, my brother.
Hopefully
Thank
that
you
was
so
some
much.
good information for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
A
yeah.
conversation we should have all the time.
All
Like,
the
this,
time.